Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of The Power of Surrender with Hugh, where every day we take a card from the deck, The Power of Surrender by Dr Judith Orloff, and we discuss this card for your inspiration and food for thought. And today we have the card of Surrender Resentments. Surrender Resentments. Now, again, a really interesting card. I know that I've struggled over time, grudges is too strong of a word, but, being angry at people and being resentful towards people who, have done things that aren't very nice to me. But at a certain point, you just have to go, you know what, that really probably had nothing to do with me. And the only person who gets hurt by holding on to resentments really ultimately is you, because the other person probably doesn't even care either. So why hang on to something when it just doesn't matter? You're just better to move forward. And that's exactly what the card says. It says, holding on to resentments only poisons you. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. It sounds so simple when you say it like that, but it's, when you're angry and you're fired up and emotionally charged about it, it's difficult to see that, but it's so true. And it basically says, try to forgive others for their shortcomings. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. Because otherwise what happens, we get stuck in these negative moments or negative experiences, and there are some things that are really, I can totally see how some things are utterly unforgivable. However, unfortunately, to move forward, to keep moving towards positive things is the solution to it. And again, when we talk about these things, we talk about them obviously in a general way. If something really terrible has happened, then obviously people are put into prison for bad behaviour and worse. But what we have to do is move forward, keep moving forward, no matter what has happened to us, or else we become stuck and embroiled in that. And as it says here, when we hold on to resentment, it poisons us. And I've been in situations where there are the people that you're in a relationship with, and they have tremendous resentment towards you, and rather than talking about it and opening up about it, finding a way to communicate it, they hang on to it, and then they almost take a strange enjoyment out of poking you about it. They almost enjoy the anger of the resentment and lashing out, being hurtful towards you, because and really it's because they're afraid that you're going to do that to them, so they lash out at you first. So it really has nothing to do with you, but it doesn't feel like that when you're in the middle of it, right? So this is why it's so important to surrender resentments. Just let go of the poison. Just drop the poison out of your life. Again, as I say many times, and I'm now repeating myself again, but it's important. These are things that take time and effort and work, but the whole point of doing this show is because this whole theme of surrender is such a powerful thing. There are so many things in our lives, if we could just surrender and let go of them, and then we feel so much better and lighter, and we're not dealing with things that we can't control or can't go back and fix, because it's done. So every card that I go through here, I try to tell you a little bit of an experience that I have. And because for me, we're still learning, all of us, as we go along. I don't make this show trying to present you as, look at me, I'm the finished spiritual being article. That's not how I see it at all. As far as I'm concerned, up until the day I pass to the next life, I believe I'll still be learning. I believe I learn something new every day. So with that wonderful thought, I'm going to leave you and say, I hope you got some inspiration and food for thought, thinking about resentment. Is it really worth hanging on to it? Is it really worth having that poison in your system? I don't think so. Why make yourself sick? It just doesn't make sense at all. My friends, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will be back for another episode tomorrow. Boom.